afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the internet world. Welcome to another edition of Building Independence. Another beautiful day, exercising and executing time freedom. Have you put yourself on a Bitcoin standard? If not, I highly recommend it. And the Bitcoin standard isn't just about acquiring Bitcoin or just exchanging your fiat money into Bitcoin. It's about adopting a whole new paradigm. If any one of us have read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, we would know and understand that principles never die. And when we operate on universal principles, then that's when we will discover success or successful people. Or if you follow successful people, they follow certain paradigms. Universal paradigms, i.e., the way how they perceive things, right? So we bring it back to task. We bring it back to the topic of Bitcoin. If we go back 10 years, it's people, there's 2 types of people. People who have understood the principle of Bitcoin, and those who have not. Those who have understood the principle of Bitcoin became successful, right? And the more you understood Bitcoin, the faster you understood Bitcoin in terms of years, i.e., you got in, at 2009, right? You know what I mean? If you got in right at the very beginning where you were able to mine it from your laptop, right? It's that. And then you have the next person who probably got it at 2012. And then you got the next person who got it at 2014. And then you got the next person who got it at 2016, etc., right? Everyone who got in based on their own understanding and at their level. When we're talking and dealing with success, right? And we're dealing with success as a paradigm, right? Those who understood Bitcoin were the most, or early out, right? Those who really understood Bitcoin became very successful with Bitcoin, meaning they knew to hold Bitcoin. They knew to hold. They had to hold on to the Bitcoin. They knew this. These are the people who are the new millionaires and billionaires of today, because they sacrificed the today, or so-called, or back then, they sacrificed then's communication or gratification, delayed gratification. They delayed yesterday's gratification for now today, and they now have you know not they are now experiencing a positive, right? They are being rewarded for holding true to the principle. Yeah. And the principle of Bitcoin is that it is money, right? It's digital money. And in the beginning, you're not going to see it like that. However, over time, the more you study it, why do I say study? It's another book out there that says conquering an enemy called average. Conquering an enemy called average. Right? And in that, right, it says, don't just read Study. Don't just read something, study it. You gotta study. This is, and I took that to heart. So now, when we look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin protocol, what is Bitcoin about? Right? What is Bitcoin doing? What is Bitcoin here for? Well, we could see that Bitcoin is definitely a store of value. And it stores the value more efficiently and effectively than the traditional sources for now, which would be, I'll say, the top three, just off my head: stocks, real estate, precious metals. Bitcoin is outperforming the top three things that the smart money would put their money in, right? And this is in the last 10 years. Hence why the timing is so good, right? The timing is so wonderful with institutions like BlackRock, MicroStrategy, and other, I'll say, commercial financial institutions. Right? It's very interesting why these things are coming on board now and trying to open up the gates to accept Bitcoin, because it's the institutions who are going to be purchasing the Bitcoin, acquiring the Bitcoin, making sure that the Bitcoin is, meaning they have it in place. Because you have to have the Bitcoin in order to issue certain ETFs. If you want to issue an ETF, they have to actually have the physical Bitcoin. So when, John Doe goes in and signs up and says, they want to have Bitcoin on their account, it's not the physical Bitcoin what we're getting with BitHarvest, with the mining daily. They're not getting actual physical Bitcoin in the, in the digital aspect, right? They don't hold on to it. They can't transfer it. They don't have ownership of it. It's through an ETF. It's the company that owns the Bitcoin. The company is the entity that owns the Bitcoin, not the individuals. Okay, fine. We got that. That's still going to be good for us. Meaning the people who really, really know and understand what Bitcoin is about. We are early. So we are the next millionaires / billionaires of the next wave, because it's going to be in Satoshis. And if you have your BitHarvest account, you will see that you're already mining billions of Satoshis. Billions. And sooner rather than later, I could definitely see the world issuing Bitcoin as payment in terms of Satoshis, where people will be working for Satoshis rather than fiat currency. Or at least the paycheck will be valued in Satoshis. Like I said, when one Satoshi equals $1. When one Satoshi equals $1, I could definitely, that's going to be the game changer. Now, hold on to this information. When Bitcoin reaches 1 million, when Bitcoin reaches 1 million, one Satoshi will equal 1 penny. Consider that. I'll say that again. When one Satoshi equals 1 penny, that's when one Bitcoin reaches the price, reaches that price point of $1 million, that's when it reaches a penny. That's when it's going to reach a penny, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said, 100 million that's going to be nothing. That's going to be nothing. We're going to easily surpass it. We're going to easily surpass that. Because the people who have that real wealth, it's going to be like the Eye of Saruman from the Lord of the Rings. When Bitcoin reaches $1 million. At a price point where just one. When one Bitcoin reaches 1 million, the real money are definitely going to say, hey, open up the floodgates because we need to park our funds into that. Clearly. Ain't it obvious? This is what the elite are going to say when one Bitcoin reaches the asset value of 1 million. It will definitely be taken seriously by the world's elite and watch everything open up. Like, I'm talking like overnight. And everyone who you were talking about or talking to regarding Bitcoin, they're going to experience their banks all of a sudden accepting Bitcoin, or stations around them all of a sudden, the communications can, the devices, the electronic devices can accept digital payments in Bitcoin. Watch, that's going to come. That's coming. That's on the horizon. That's within this decade. Within this decade, we're going to see this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see this. And this is why being a part of BitHarvest is monumental. Right here, right now. Because we are already mining billions, where people are going to be forking out tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars. In the future, see, our future selves, you want to know why I'm relaxed right now? Because my future self is relaxed. Because the asset, which is the Satoshis, is protected. And I'm very confident, and I have solace in the fact that I have Satoshis, that I'm mining Satoshis daily. And that one day, when it's all said and done, it'll be a wrap. It's over. You see what I'm saying? And I could just, then I'll be broadcasting from all different parts of the world. Not just where everybody wants to come. See, a lot of people say that they want to come here, but they can't come here. Some people say about 5 years just to be where I'm at. Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's a lot of hideaways and private getaways. See what I'm saying? But yet still have the connectivity to do business. Cryptic, that is. Bitcoin business. Because Bitcoin is for the world. And retirement is a different thing. It means different things to different people. Retirement to me doesn't mean that I sit around and do nothing all day. Retirement to me means that I could do the things that I want to do. Versus even trading my time for goods and services. So I'm not even trading my time when I'm really, really retired. When I'm really retired, I'm not even trading time. I'm just living. I'm just living at that point. When one Satoshi equals $1, I'll be living at that point. Really, really living. And I'm encouraging everyone to look into Bitcoin. Get as much Bitcoin as possible. It's not much left. And BitHarvest is one of those ways that you could easily acquire it. You could check the link below, right? Check the link below, and you know how to do it. If not, you can leave something in the comments if you're interested. But the thing is, if you're not seeing the writing on the wall, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But thanks for sharing this 15 minutes with me. This has been your 15-minute update. Always remember, always check your back office for all updates to see what's new, what's coming up. You know, like I said, the AMA in the back office, awesome, off the hook in terms of the collaborations, the partnerships, the new partnerships that's happening, taking place with BitHarvest. Very excited about that. Check your back office. And yeah, keep stacking the sats. And don't forget to leverage, use the system to acquire more BitBoosters, to increase your farm. Get ready for the wave. Stay tuned. More to come. What's up? Peace.